Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another Define on TikTok Live. My name is Caitlin, and I am here today to do a lot with you. So we actually have a big live, so grab your planner. If you don't have one yet, grab a journal, and we are going to be doing our November monthly reflection, in addition to our December tracker and December monthly calendar. So we have a lot happening today. I'm going to give us all just a few moments to settle on in, grab your journal, and I want you guys to remember that this is an interactive live. So if anything comes up, if there's anything you want clarity on, just let me know because that is what this is all about. Hey, Angela, good morning. So I want to give us all, hey, Lakin, it's been a minute. So I want to give us all the time to settle on in before we do a deep dive into setting up our reflections and our December calendar. I have the bookmark currently. These are our new bookmarks, everyone, which I'm so excited about. They're bigger, they're different. So I just wanted to show you all that as well. Okay, I'm going to flip over to the monthly reflection, and I'll put this bookmark to the side for the moment. And I want to just start by taking a moment to welcome you all because today we are going to be setting up our month with intention and clarity. And in order to do that, we're going to start by doing our reflecting on November. So we are going to start by reflection, preparing our December trackers, and then we will map out our December calendars. This is going to help us enter the new month feeling grounded and focused. So this session, it is all about awareness. I want you to take your time. If you ever have a question, don't hesitate to ask. And remember, these are guiding questions. There is no right or wrong way to fill this out. So write what feels authentic and helpful to you. Good morning, Jenna. So let's start today's session off with our November monthly reflection. I also want to remind you of the importance of this. So this, I'm just going to write November. So, oh my gosh, I'm doing amazing. How are you? I'm excited for Thanksgiving. And I think that this is a perfect way to help us all get ready for it as well, kind of having that moment of calm before the chaos ensues. And the reason why we have you do a monthly reflection is because this is actually going to help you slow down and process how the month actually felt. It's not just about what you managed to accomplish. It prevents you from repeating the same patterns and allows you to make any intentional changes moving forward. So overall, a monthly reflection helps you to understand your emotional patterns, recognize that growth and progress, and also identify what supported or what drained you. And it also helps you adjust your goals with clarity. I need you all to hear this next statement. Reflection is not about criticism. Okay? Reflection is not about criticism. It is about compassionate awareness. That is what this is all about. So let's walk through each question together. Good morning, Andy. We are going to start with question 1, which is, in general, how did you feel? This is your emotional summary of the month. So think overall tone. There's a lot of ways you can go about answering this. So I am going to be focusing this reflection question on our energy levels, our stress levels, and our sense of balance. So how did you feel in the beginning of the month compared to the middle, compared to the end? Good morning, Nakia. So for example, I felt a little overwhelmed at the beginning of the month. I also like to encourage you to tap a little deeper into all of your answers. So for instance, why? Why were you feeling this way when you first started November? And if it helps, I want you to flip back to your month, but also that week to see if anything sparks a feeling, anything like that. Oh, that's so exciting, Andy. Wait, I totally forgot. That's so exciting. So we are going to do this deeper awareness into our why. There was a lot that needed to get done. There was a lot that needed to be completed. And a lot to do. And I didn't make a priority list soon enough. We're just going to do a little cross out there. And then I needed to shift my routine and the way I was going about each day. I really started to incorporate affirmations into it. Oh, Andy, I read that as pet store first. Oh my gosh, the pen store is even better. I started to change my mindset. And noticed a change in my energy and attitude. So then how did you feel moving forward? That's how I want you to always keep growing with the reflection questions. So you'll have everyday attitude shift. And how did you feel after the beginning of the month? So about halfway through, so about week 2 of November, I felt confident and excited for what was to come. You see how we started one question and really make it moving forward with a deeper understanding of our emotional levels, of our energy levels. Nakia asked, what was our new item for the drop? We had a couple. So the first was actually the Hold the Page magnetic bookmarks, which are larger bookmarks. We also dropped our new B5 positive affirmation sticker sheets. We restocked our booklets, and then we had the new Mark What Matters magnetic bookmarks. So a lot of exciting stuff recently dropped or restocked, which was so cool. As I'm on here, if you guys ever want to share your answers to the questions too, feel free. That's what this session is all about. Question number 2 is, what were your favorite moments and why? So for this, I like to flip back to my monthly tracker for November and see what favorite moments do I have listed. And I can see I had 3. I went to, I checked out this different estate. That was really cool. I went to wedding dress shopping with one of my friends, and I went to a Christmas market. That Christmas market was so fun. Yes, they just dropped yesterday. I have them right here. Actually, I can quickly show you. They're still available. They are number 5 in your carts. They are brand new. They dropped yesterday. So brand new. You guys are the first to see it, which is so incredible. I'm so excited about these. Yes, exactly. I'm going to actually flip back and look at this because these, I want you to remember that this is about the moments that really filled your cup. Andy said your favorite moment of the month was definitely last weekend, our city's tree lighting and Christmas parade. That's amazing. That sounds so fun. Do you go to that every year? I like to write the date first. And the second part of this question that's really important is the why. That's going to help you understand what brings you joy in terms of your why. So what is it that made this experience so great? Because sometimes it's not necessarily like if I were to go to this Christmas market again, that it would bring the same emotion. It's the fact that I got to connect with a couple friends. It was such a fun and easy day. Oh my gosh, you had a group of 45 people? Wait, that's crazy. That's really impressive. It is hard to get that many people to get together. That's so amazing. And what I love about this question is that it lets you see what does fill your cup, and with understanding the why, you can try to recreate it to encompass that new feeling that really sparks your joy, if that makes sense. And then what you're going to do is you are going to move on to question number 3. You'll start to notice a little bit of a shift in the question. So now we have your warm up. You've identified those feelings, the joys of the month. We also want you to take the time to reflect on your learning. So what did you learn? This is going to help you focus on that growth and insight. So some of you, I remember talking about motivation, that consistency with journaling. Actually, that is going to be my answer because I learned a lot when it comes to journaling techniques and different ways to journal. I really dove into the why certain times of day are best for journalers. So there is really a strategy behind when you journal. This could also be approached in terms of if you learn something deeper about yourself, like what time of day works best for you, if you opened up with communication and you really shifted something in your mindset. Like let's say you were approaching a problem, and let me write down my favorite answer my first answer, because then I actually have a second answer. Your new favorite way to journal is to journal best case scenario for next month. Ooh, I haven't heard of that. That sounds like a nice manifestation technique too. Wait, that's such a cool way to journal. It's almost like, yes. Wait, that's so cool. I'm going to write that down over here, and then I'll transfer it to my monthly calendar once we get there because I really like that. Best case scenario. Okay. That's such a cool idea. I haven't heard of that. The other thing that I learned was, Actually, this might be in more of question number 4. What were the most challenging aspects of your month? How did you deal with them? That would actually be what I was going to first answer for what did you learn. So it is a good combination of the two. But overall, this question is going to help build your self-awareness and self-trust. So think about something that was challenging, your response, and either what helped or what hindered your experience. So this is a question I also want you to refer back to number 1. Good morning, Shauna. Because often how you felt corresponds to something that you experienced. So one of the most challenging aspects of our month, let's say, again, we're referring back to feeling overwhelmed. I had to overcome the feeling of being overwhelmed, because you can either let that hinder you and really hold you back, or you can learn and move forward from it. And then maybe next time you're going to act a little quicker. So at first, I held a lot in, let's say. But then all of a sudden, you have this day where you're like, I have to talk about it. Where I had to change gears. So I communicated how I was feeling. And I made a plan. I also want you to challenge yourself to do one more thing. When it asks you, how did you deal with them? I want you to think about, how would I maybe do this differently or the same next time? So this is where I almost answered it for what did you learn. I think oftentimes these questions go hand in hand. So it's a good opportunity to connect the two. So in the future, I will speak up sooner. And I'm also going to go back to this question, because now that I've really set the scene, I know exactly what I wanted to write for the what did you learn. So it is okay if you answer one question, go back and update another, because now that you are really in the journaling zone, you're like, I got this. I know exactly what I'm doing. Some more things often come up that you want to add to. Good morning, Lee. And again, you guys, I want to make sure that this is clear. So if anything comes up along the way for you, just let me know. So I also learned how important communication is. You'll instantly feel better. Okay. Now that we've identified our answers for the first 4, it's important to move on to question 5. Now, the last 4 questions in your monthly reflections really tap into your goals for the month. So first, you'll see, reflect on this month's pathway focus. Why did you choose these pathways? I want you to flip back to your November monthly calendar and see, okay, what pathway was I focusing on? You might have 2 here. You might have 3. That is okay. You just want to recognize to build self-awareness and connect to your intention. This is going to allow you to see why I chose a certain pathway for November, and it's going to help you decide in the future, as in question number 8, what you're going to focus on moving forward. So really starting with that intention setting, seeing that alignment take place between your fitness, your umbrella goals, and as we continue on, you'll see the breakdown. But flip back to where you were when you were choosing that monthly pathway focus. Why did you choose fitness? If you need to, you can always refer back to the previous month's reflection because everything builds on top of each other. So the last question here, what changes will you make toward reaching your goals next month? Well, we wrote that we did want to stick with fitness and adjust our strengthening to every other day. We did mention that we would try to focus on health and wellness, but I remember talking to you about this and deciding that I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed with everything happening and that I was really trying to just focus on one goal this month, and that was fitness. So you see how this really connects every month. You're getting to see your progress. You're getting to see what's working and what goals you feel more confident in than others, because maybe you need to go back and change some goals. That is a-okay. But let's stick to the question at hand. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I just love monthly reflections. They're such a great opportunity to journal about your growth and make a plan for next month. So let's dive back into reflect on this month's pathway focus. Why did you choose these pathways? So I always just write the pathway I chose. So fitness. Simple. Then I just reflect on why I chose these pathways. Sometimes I do more of a bullet pointed list. That is the way my brain works. Hello, Lisa. Let me take a look. I will take a look I'm going to look into that, Lisa, but I bet we did. So I chose this because I wanted to make sure that alongside the busyness of work, I still made time for my health. You don't have to go crazy with your answer. Sometimes it is really that simple. And in this case, for me, it was. I also wanted to continue the progress that I was having in October. Okay. Then you'll have question 6. This is going to be an opportunity for you to reflect on your monthly and weekly action items and seeing if you incorporated them into your daily schedule. This is when I want you to flip back through your month of November and see exactly what monthly action items you set, what weekly action items you set. And yes, Lisa, we did get your order. That's amazing. Yes, the starry skies. Wait, such a beautiful color option. I'm so excited. Oh, thank you. So I like to do something a little specific here. I start and I actually write the monthly action item out. So monthly action item. Oh, she's going to love it. That is so sweet. My monthly action item was daily walks, and strength train every other day. Now, here's what's going to be important for this one. Because when it comes to these weekly action items, they might not always be the same. Because you can change it as the month is actually happening. So what do I mean by this? Well, this was what we started with our monthly action item, is that strength training every other day. So that first week of November, we said, great, let's do it. Every morning at 7:30 a.m., we would go for a walk. We were successful. Check number 1. Second, Monday upper body, Wednesday lower body, Thursday upper lower. Okay. We were not 100% successful here. We did it the Monday, we did the Wednesday, but we did not do the Thursday. So here's the important part when it comes to this question is, what did you change moving forward? I said to myself, every other day is too much. I can't do it. So you know what I did? I said, great, let's track our steps and let's aim to get 7K a day. Did I? No, I did not. Did I try? Somewhat. I probably could have tried a little harder, especially on a Monday. But overall, I'm pretty happy with what I did, especially the end of the week. So really taking the time to go through and see, okay, what worked? How did I adapt on a weekly basis to see progress that I was content and happy with? Because sure, your monthly action item started with that every other day, but that is to help you figure out what's going to be best. So every other day, I stuck to twice a week is what it became. And that is where I found success. That's where I was also enjoying it. Otherwise, I wasn't enjoying it. I felt like I was just doing it because I said it as what I was going to do, but I wasn't really fully committed, if that makes sense. So then we're going to break this down twice. So daily walks, I was successful with. Two, let's talk strength training. I started the first week with every other, I was thinking honestly of the weekday. So with that Monday, what did I say? I think when I wrote every other day, I just meant 3 times. Tuesday and Thursday. I was not consistent. I was not clear with my weekly action items this week, and that's something I'm realizing. No. See, this is why you have to do the reflection, because sometimes it's easy to focus on the week, but you have to always take a step back and see, what did I actually set up to accomplish this month, and did I do it? No, I was a little confused, I guess, this month. I started the first week with Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, even though my goal was I see what happened. Okay, sorry for the confusion. This was actually a part of our weekly planning session. I actually changed this week. This week right here. So week 46 of the year. That is when I changed it to Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, caught up. See how you have to do these monthly reflections to put yourself back in the shoes, because it is hard to keep track if you're not writing it down. So I started the first week with Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Even though my goal was every other day, I changed this to being twice a week. I was finding it was taking too much time that I wasn't really having at the moment. Okay, so I know that was probably a little confusing, but that's why we do a monthly reflection, to try to figure out what we were doing this month, because it went by so fast. Okay, so I hope that's clear, but it's also an example of how sometimes your reflections go a little differently than you thought they would. That is a-okay. Because once you do that, you are going to move to the next question, which is reflect on your umbrella goal progress. How did you feel about reaching these goals? This is also an emotional thing, so connecting with your umbrella goals. Flip back to your umbrella goal planning page and see. I always start with the goal that I'm working on right now. So build strength and endurance. I actually feel pretty confident in this. I think I can do better, but I feel like I can reach this goal. If I really prioritize it. Two, I actually reached my reading goal. I actually exceeded it, which I was really excited to see this month. Andy said, I would say I'm throwing a lot of effort into wellness, but need to work on finances more. I think that's such a valuable statement right there, because it is hard to recognize where you want to change. Do you think that that's something you're going to start in December or January? And it's also tough because you want to find that balance, because it's like, how can I focus on two things at once? That's always the hardest part. I think it's about figuring out small ways to incorporate them into your daily schedule. Maybe finance is more of like a weekly thing. The holidays. Such a good point, Andy. You're going to start with Black Friday shopping and sticking to a budget. So much easier said than done. I'm excited to see how this is going to work for you, how you're going to be able to do it. It's so easy too. It is so easy too. Okay. Wait, I'm so excited to see how this journey goes for you. Okay, you know what? That's actually perfect, Jenna, because I was going to do 2 goals for December. So we will get to that. And then take the time to look back at any other goals that maybe you're less confident on. Let's see. I want to absolutely a cash envelope system and have a set amount of cash for each kid's envelope. I think that would be a great idea. And maybe planning out ahead of time, like how much if there's certain things that you really want to get your kids, starting from there, so that way you can plan accordingly. I'm trying to decide. I think I wanted to oh my word. Okay, well, just because we asked for it doesn't mean we're going to get it. That's crazy. I just wanted to grab a purple pen real quick. I'm going to grab this ivory ribbon bookmark, and we're just going to mark this off for a second, because here I think I really want to have this be this, because this is what I was actually going to focus on in December. So you see how, like, you can always go and add a new goal. You see, I just did, because I feel pretty confident in the public speaking. I feel like I'm always making a lot of progress towards the first one, but I do think that my productivity could be improved. I want to focus on productivity. So this is what we're going to do. I'm actually happy that this one is a combination of our reflection, our monthly, and our trackers, because you guys will really see the progression. So I love a good list that is just the way I think. So what changes, if any, will I make toward reaching my goals next month? The first is I do want to stick with fitness. I wasn't consistent with strength. Also, love a daily walk. The second thing is we're going to focus on improving our productivity. Or, Jenna, is there anything that in particular you are looking at working on in December? Because sometimes I like to take the goals that you guys are also working on and use them throughout the month to allow you that opportunity to really connect with it and see how it could be used in your own life. What is everyone's goals for December? Andy's doing financial, which I think is such a good goal, especially with the holiday season. Hey, Kiara. Oh, hey, more coffee, please. You're saving money for the next year of 26. Yes. Okay, we got a couple financials. I'm trying to... Personal development. Okay. Do you mind if I ask you more specifically the umbrella goal? If you don't want to share, totally okay. I just thought I would offer some guidance if need be. Yes, being more independent to grow more. I think you got this, Shauna. Saving more because I know you want to get that apartment. You're getting married this year. Like, it's all so exciting. And you want to have that confidence to do it. Okay. And wow, a lot of financial goals in December. You're working on only spending money on what I need and being aware of my spending habits. Okay. Totally fair, Jenna. I just need a moment to think about, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make financial be our other pathway. We're actually going to, I'm going to go back because hearing this makes me want to shift what I'm focusing on. So let's actually do financial because we want to focus on financial. I think that this is going to be a good example, and I do want to be hosting that financial budgeting class at some point in December. So I think this is really going to be a good time to do that. It'll also push me to get that class. So I'm happy we talked about this. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Now that we have our monthly reflection all completed, I'm going to start by making sure that there's no questions on this before we move forward. If there is, let me know. Okay, Jenna, I love it. Let's do this together. I think that's really smart, Shauna. Okay. Now that we have our monthly reflection completed, I feel confident in our ability to start with our accountability trackers. This is honestly such a fun spot. I love doing these so much because this is where we shift from that reflection to intention setting. So these trackers are what's going to help us to stay consistent. And I love the visibility that this creates around our habits because we want to be focusing on healthy habits in December. So let's do this. We are going to start by asking ourselves, how do we want to show up in December? That is where step 1 comes in with word of the month. There could be a lot of different ways you answer this question. I do want to see what stickers I have that I could also align with this, because it could be examples of calm if you wanted to move through the month without rushing. It could also be productivity, grounded. Like, there's a lot of different words. What is your word of the month? I want to take a look at some of our different sticker sheets and see what's resonating. Joy is a good one too for December. I think it's hard sometimes to focus on that joy when we get thrown into the holiday season. Relax, start somewhere. That's a good one, actually. Start somewhere. Grounded, simplicity, survive. Okay. I think that's a great way to enter December. Oh, I love that. Blessed. Wait, that's beautiful. I want to see which ones are resonating with me right now. I kind of like start somewhere. That one really hit home. So I know it's technically 2 words, but it is our word of the month. Just start somewhere. And I'm going to take this one because it's so pretty. So this sets up our intention and allows us to focus our daily actions on starting somewhere. And I do like to get creative with this. So I'm going to grab some highlighters for us to use, some zebra mild liners. And we're going to be doing all like red and greens, of course, because it is going to be that Christmas season. So what better time? So I'm just going to pull some different markers for us. Let's see here. We're going to start with this zebra mild liner. And we'll mix it up. Let's do every other. Birthdays. Let's flip back to, I don't think I have, I have one, Sandra Kelly, on December 31st. Okay, I'm going to write that down. I always like to put any birthdays I have in the yearly. Let's see. In the monthly. Let me grab a green. Nope, I want a red pen. Red Statler. Taylor Swift is on the 13th. I love that you know that. Do you really? Oh my gosh, that's honestly such a good excuse to have some fun. Put on the Taylor Swift music, shake it out. I love that. I'm just getting some other colors out for here. We have that one. Okay. I think I'm missing these 2 as well. Find your joy. Exactly. I like that. I think that's a beautiful mindset. Now we are going to do books to read. Of course, Christmas with the Boss. Again, you guys, make sure you're registered for our TikTok Live event. Christmas with the Boss by Melissa McClone is what we are reading, and she'll be joining us for our discussion. I also wanted to Christmas with the Boss. I am currently reading Powerless by, who's it by? Lauren Roberts. And I don't remember what the sequel is, so I just wanted to look up what that is called so I can get the sequel. Powerful. Okay, well, that makes sense. Powerless, powerful. No, wait, that's a novella. Well, I love a good novella, let's face it. So Powerful is a novella. I'm just going to put that. right there. You're reading Valley of the Moms. It's giving oh my gosh, I'll have to write it down. Wait, let me write that down. Valley of the Moms. Wait, I'm obsessed. I love the Desperate Housewives. Oh my gosh, such a good... Wait, I'm so excited. Okay, you know I'm checking that out right after this. Are you liking it? I also pulled up some doodles on my computer that I'm going to add. So what do you call these? Holly berries? 80 pages in so far. Okay, well, that's a good sign. You either know right away if you're going to like it or not. That, and then... Oh, no. Okay. Also, if anyone has any questions on our plan, just don't hesitate to ask right now. I am walking you through our December setup. So this will help us get ready for the month ahead. This pen, oh no. Second Staedtler pen to go. Oh, I missed. That's okay. I think I have another one. 1 second. I think this should be the same one. Yes, wait, I'm so happy to hear that, Shauna. Okay, there we go. That's all colored. Perfect. The next thing we're going to do is write out any movies or TV shows we want to watch. I am not sure what really comes. I knew yep, the 12th is the end of an era on Disney Plus. I feel like you're going to have to, wait, I'm surprised it didn't come out on the 13th. The Housemaid comes out? Oh my goodness, what day? "12 albums equals..." Oh, that's really smart. I also want to like watch a Christmas movie once a week. So I'm going to do I think I'm going to do this in a different color. We're going to grab a light green pen, and this is going to challenge us to really embrace the festivities of the season. So I'm going to do a little note and write like Christmas movies at least once a week. Ooh, what is that one called, Jenna? I love The Night Before Christmas. Oh my gosh, the Netflix ones. Wait, I forgot all about those. Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe this will be twice a week. Your Christmas movies on Hallmark Channel? Do you have a favorite? I love The Night Before Christmas. I also like absolutely, Rebecca. I really like the one with the royal one. I love that one. Yes, let me just grab a B5 for you. So this is going to be an example of a let me flip to the weekly right here. Of an inside. So this is right here, that A5, and the one behind it is a B5. And then I can also show you the example of the difference in the cover as well. But this gives you that really good look at the difference in the size boxes. And if you need help narrowing it down, Rebecca, let me know. I'm always happy to show you that. The one we are currently using, let me just get the new one. It is quite large. No, that's totally fair. It is a 6.9 by 9.8. So it is roughly a 7 by 10. The one in the front is the A5, which is 5.8 by 8.3. So it is a big size difference. It is going to give you a lot of room to plan, which is always helpful. I'm trying to think about different ways to recommend them. Do you take yours with you all the time? Are you a spiral? Are you a soft bound? There's a lot of different reasons for using the different size ones, so I want to make sure. It's also, you're a spiral girly. Okay. You know what? I am wondering, let me show you one more thing, Rebecca. I'm going to just pause our accountability trackers, you guys. I'm sorry about that, but let me just show you this one other option for you because we do have spiral. So I think that this will help narrow it down for you. Okay, so when it comes to those spirals, we do have one B5 option, and that's going to be in the Tranquil Garden design. We've never had a B5 spiral, so we're excited to be introducing it and testing it out with that B5 Tranquil. So this is going to be the spiral B5, or you'll have that A5 spiral option in all the different colors. So this is going to give you a look at the outside size difference when it comes to that. And then I'll flip to the inside for you. I love the B5 spirals. I'm not going to lie. I love them so much. I like it too because it flips really nicely. So yes, it is still large, but it takes up even less space because of that fold over layout. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Does that help narrow it down for you too, Rebecca? This B5 spiral has been really popular. And it is brand new, so it does give you a lot of space. Okay, absolutely. I'm so glad we could narrow it down. Hey, Anne-Marie, we will not. So not for this round of planners because we are testing it out in the... we are testing this out in the Tranquil Garden, so we will only be having it in the B5 Tranquil. Tina asked, what is the one for college? I am having a hard time getting the college one on here. Give me 1 second for that. Pardon me, you guys. So sorry. Hey, Betsy. Let's see. So, is this going to show? I did go ahead and add it. It does say sold out, though. Give me 1 second on that, Tina. I'll get right back to you. What is happening? So sorry, you guys. Pardon this delay. Yeah, fair. For Secret Santa, I'm not going to lie, I would go with a 2026 planner. I think that way someone's getting a full planner, not one that they can use halfway through the year. So I would lean you towards, because even if you are a student, these are going to be great. I would lean you towards number one or number two in your cart, or even the undated. But one or two is going to be the best option, I think, for you. I also don't know why my cart is being all messed up. Hold on. We got to love some technical difficulties, right? There we go. No, that's not right. Okay, there we go. All fixed. But I love that idea, Tina. So yeah, I would go with either one or two. No, one or three. What is going on? Yes. Okay, one or two now officially in your cart. So sorry about that. Such great questions, you guys. If any keep coming up, let me know. That's what I'm also here for today. All of these trackers come in your planners too, which makes it so convenient. So that's really a great feature. You can have that ability to track in all of them. And those new ones also have an audiobooks to listen to tracker. So that's a new fun feature, which is so convenient. So now we are on to podcasts to listen to. Tina, does that help you out? I want to make sure that you get the one that you want. And if I recommend the one or two in your carts, I fixed the reordering of them. Okay, amazing. The next thing I would want to fill out is the podcast. I like to go in order of the trackers. For podcasts, I really want to dive a little deeper into Mel Robbins. I feel like I've only touched the surface when it comes with her content. I want to listen to more and see what I can learn about productivity, about different ways that we think about things in our time management. What podcast do you guys like to listen to? I know I've asked this before, and we got like morbid, we got some true crime out there. Anything that's really been helpful for you guys on this journey? Ooh, the Sister Sip. We love, oh, that's so cool. I've never heard of it. I want to add some stickers here too. So we're going to go ahead and add, let me pull up my variety. Huberman Lab. It's a little overwhelming with info at first, but I learn a lot. Ooh, I love a good learning one. Okay. I've heard such good things about that one. I'm going to keep this one out as well. That would be another one. I really want like some educational ones. I feel like I have so many pop culture stuff. Good morning, Patty. For the variety, let's see. I want to add like a cute headphone. That's what I was looking for. Hey, Mara. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. I'm going to take the AirPods case. This is such a cute sticker. I love this color purple. I'm going to put that right there. Wait, that's so cute. I love that. And then the next thing we're going to do is set up our fitness. Now, this one's going to be really important because we did have a goal of, we did mention that our goal for December is going to be continuing our fitness. So we have to figure out what that looks like. Wait, I'm so happy to hear that, Patty. Is that Hank and John Green? Wait, I'll have to check that one out too. And then I'll also add in Sister Sip. Wait, I didn't know that they had one. That must be really good. This next one that we're going to do, so how do I want this to look? I am actually going to start by writing in the different activities, and then that will help determine how many colors we need. So if our goal is going to be continuing those daily walks, we know that we really want to have walking be one of our fitness trackers. However, I want to level it up this month. And to do that, we're going to be more specific. So I'm going to put walk here. But we are going to aim for that 7K a day, trying to be extra consistent. So we are going to keep track of the days that we walk more than 7K and the days that we walk less than 7K. So if we are walking less than 7K, okay, that's going to give us that extra accountability and that extra way to level up our goals a little differently than we have in the past. Because I've been really good about those daily walks. I really love them. But how can I level it up even more? Well, keeping track of the steps, setting that step goal. And I would recommend starting off with a number that is a little more practical. So rather than going from 5,000 to 10,000 in a week, maybe you start with that 7,000. Bridge the gap. See what's working. Next, we're going to write I'm actually going to do this one in a different color, I think, to give that separation. So we have walking, the specific tracking number. Now, again, if we want it to be building strength and endurance, well, if we want that weightlifting, we're going to have it be upper body and then lower body. And then we're going to color in the key. Use colors that go with the theme so that way you're going to have those on hand more often and you never say, oh, I don't have the color, I can't fill it out. Nope, you're going to have the color because it's a part of your theme. So it'll go this highlighter. I'm also going to use that red one. And I'm also going to use, what's nice is that the color scheme is going to be different for the markers. Like, yes, it's still green and red, but it's a different colored green and red. So it really does give that differentiation. Yes. I love that goal, Shauna. You got this. Then we have that water tracker. Oh, I want to pin the planner. Here we go. This will be the water tracker. Now, of course, we can't really set it up yet, but we can prep ourselves by highlighting the title and adding a sticker. Who doesn't like a good sticker? Hey, sweet book. We are going to grab, wait, which one has, oh no, it's a self-care sheet. That's the one that I was looking for because that has a cute water bottle on it. This one right here. I also want to put this one nope, not this one, the phrases one. My desk always ends up a mess. I'm just like putting things everywhere. So let's do, which one do we want to do? I think the water bottle would be cute. So let's do the water bottle on this page. Oh no, it is so not just you. I have the worst habit of like putting a pen somewhere and then it ends up in a totally different spot later on. Okay, now we are going to do the daily routine tracker. I always think like having markers all over the place, that is the sign of a good planning session too. Now, when it comes to the daily routine tracker, I want this to be something that you want to start doing every single day. So something that either you've been doing and you want to continue doing or something new that you want to incorporate. I want you guys to let me know too, what habits, what routines are you starting to try to track in December? I want it to be, I think I need to emphasize that movement. So I'm going to write in here, movement. I find it helpful that the more I am tracking everything, the more I'm writing it down across the different trackers, the more likely I am to do it. So I need to have that wake up at 6:45 wake up. Oh, journaling. Yes, definitely journaling. And then movement. Do you have a time of day, Patty, that you are liking to journal? Tracking. Yes. Yes. I actually think that that is a big problem, and it's something that I've really tried to counter, because there was a couple of days when I found myself not getting that fully dressed, because when you work more remotely, you're not going, or you're just, even like if you're a stay-at-home mom, you're working remotely, whatever your situation might be, getting dressed makes such a difference. That is a really important thing that needs to be talked about more. So I think that's such a good goal. Morning intention setting. Yes. Okay. I like that you guys are now knowing what time of day you like it. Yes, I could see that, Andy. The time shift. I can so see that. Fair. Hey, Anne Marie. Well, don't you worry. I always upload them to the tube right afterwards. We still have our monthly setups, though. That's coming next. Normally I do a couple different lives where I'll do one with the monthly reflection, and then I combined a live for the trackers and calendars. But whenever the first is on a Monday, and there's a holiday, we really have to adjust things. So everything is being done in one session today. Mood tracking. This one's really important. And again, using the colors that you are already using to build that access. So you can't say I don't have the color, because you're going to. We're going to make Happy this green. There's something about this color that is bringing me such joy lately. We'll make Productive red, but the highlighter red. I hope to be seeing a lot of this color this month. We'll also do, so for Content, we're going to do this green. Ooh, that's a great idea. Exactly. Yes, you have to find things that work for you. Sometimes I honestly do that with a TV show too. Then for tired, let's pull, where'd I put it? This one. Anxious, I'm going to make a dark green. Sad, we're actually just going to make black, because I always have this black on me. And hopefully we won't see much of that, so we won't have to use it. That is such a good idea. I love that idea, Andy. Then we'll have the budget, which I won't be going over now, but I will be hosting a budgeting class / how you can use this as a financial planner as well. I don't have the specific date on that. Again, as soon as I know, I will be sharing that. And then the last one that I like to set up is the favorite moments. And this is one of the little ways that you can be reminded of all the joy that you have on a daily basis. Or not even a daily basis, but just throughout the month, it gives you that reminder that to find the joy. And see if you can incorporate them more. Because I know the holiday season can be tough. There's a lot of pressure that comes up. So trying to make sure that you're capturing all the good that does happen. And so you can focus on cultivating more of that. I wanted to do a different pattern in each Polaroid today. Yes, so I have a couple. These are technically mild liners. So these are my zebra mild liners. These are my absolute favorite. I use them for everything. And then I also really love the Staedtler pens. So these are my two must-haves when it comes to my marker highlighter combo. They're so easy to use. There's so many good color options. I really love these. And then, oh, the Zebra Click Art pen as well. These are another rec. I'm actually going to use that one next, I think. And for this, I'm just going to keep it simple. Oh, no. This one, we're just going to go like this. We're just going to do some dots. And then we're going to, on the next one, what do I want to do? Let's do, I want to also do the green again, but actually we're going to do polka dots in this one too. This will just be the green one though. I do have to get new Staedtler pens. Mine are all running out. And then for the last one, I'll do the red line. So I guess I didn't do every single different design, but they're different colors. So that's what matters. And then into this one. And then once this is done, we can move forward to our monthly calendar setup. And this will help prep us for December. Okay. Amazing, you guys. So now we have our trackers all set up and ready to go. We can get ready for December in an intentional way. And now I want to move forward to the monthly calendar. So I start this off with gratitude because gratitude is the quickest way to raise your vibes. And that is what I think is super important to kickstart any month. We want to come from a place of abundance. So you know what we're going to do? We are going to do a little doodle here. We're going to take this pen right here. Hold on. Good start. I love doing these little holly berries. I don't know why, I find them easy and they're so cute. So I will be doing a lot of those today. Like they're the easiest thing ever. And starting with what you're grateful for. Try to mix this up every month if you can. So this month I am feeling, I always feel like I write the Define Community, but I'm feeling, I don't know what it is. This season makes me extra grateful. So I guess you don't have to switch it up every month. What is one thing you guys are all grateful for this month? We have the Define Community. I am also going to write winter because I actually do love winter as much as we complain about it. And I'm also grateful for, I'm going to write 2025 because I think 2025 was a lot and it was such a big growing year in all parts of life. And now that we are going to be entering 2026, if you can believe it, I think it's more important than ever to recognize what we've learned and how we can take that with us into the new year. So that is going to be how we start off our monthly planning. And it always is such a good way to make sure that you're planning from a place of abundance and gratitude. Why does this kind of look like the thing from Harry Potter? That flying little thing for whatever they call that? Quidditch? Nope. Quidditch? No. What is that called? You guys probably know. But then what I like to do is we're going to do the pathway focus next. So we're going to start with goal planning. For this, what do we want this to look like? We are going to actually grab our purposeful planning stickers. And I think this would be a good one. So let's take this color, or this color actually, the purple. I'm just going to put this right over here. And we are going to take a little bit of a lighter green. At least it should be lighter. Let's hope. Yes. Okay. And we're going to flip back to those monthly reflections. This is going to help us to make sure that we are taking everything we learned about ourselves and applying it now. So we wanted to continue fitness and also focus on financial. So I'm going to grab a pen, and for that, let's use I want it to be consistent across the board. We're going to actually grab the green Stabilo pen. No, we're going to make it be a Sharpie. We're going to make it be black. So we'll write 1, and that'll be fitness. And we'll have 2, and that'll be financial. Then what we're going to do is shift our planner, and we're going to break down our umbrella goals. I knew I grabbed it right when I picked it up. I knew it. I just knew it. No, I can't do that, can I? That's going to look weird. I picked it up and I went, did I pick up the wrong one? But did I check? No, that's A-okay. We'll live. Break down your umbrella goals. Break down your umbrella goals for this month's pathways into monthly action items. So here's what you're going to do. We're going to start with one pathway at a time to make it easier and on ourselves. So, umbrella goal for fitness. Just so you guys get that full picture. Build strength / endurance. I think that that's what we need to continue working on. So umbrella goal is going to be build strength and endurance. And I'm going to use that same black. And we're going to break this down into 2 monthly action items. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and grab those purposeful planning again, and I'm going to take this first arrow that I have here. I like that this matches this box. So I'm going to grab this. And I'm trying to decide because I know I'm going to have 2, but I think I'll just start with 1. Is that straight? I think so. Okay. The first way we're going to do this is through daily walks. That brings me joy, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. Daily walks with 7K a day. 2, strength twice a week. Great. Now what we're going to do is write our financial goal, because that is going to be the second pathway that we're focusing on this month. So I want to flip back to our financial pathway, Create a financial system that supports a life filled with creativity, freedom, and peace of mind. So I'm going to write create a financial system. Financial system. / plan. Okay. I'm going to take another arrow. We'll go with the other. Go with this one. Yes, Anne Marie. I'm so excited to hear that. We also have some great resources for you when it comes to setting up your defined planner. First, in our TikTok profile, I would start there. You'll find some worksheets. Second, I will be announcing soon when my classes with Caitlin will start. And those are TikTok live events where we go through setting up the defined planner together. So you're never alone on this journey. We do this all together. Now, the question becomes, if this is our umbrella goal, how do we start? How do we make progress? And that is going to be done through our monthly action items. So what are we going to do this month to help us reach this goal? Ooh. And I think the first step would be I think we have to know what we're working with. So how do I want to write that into a monthly action item? Build awareness. I think that's how I'm going to write it. Build awareness. Build awareness. And then 2, save. And then on a weekly basis, we'll break that down even further. Okay? So that's how we're going to start with our goal planning. Then what I like to do is add in some inspirational words to help level up our month. Build a spreadsheet of incoming and outgoing funds. Yes. That is a great starting point. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to write that under important tasks. For important tasks, I like to do it in red. I'm going to actually grab a red Pilot G2 pen. That is my favorite type of just everyday writing pen. And I think that is a very important task. So exactly. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. That is how I like to start it off, is with those important tasks. Now, Andy also mentioned earlier a new journaling technique that I think would be really cool to try. So that was the best case scenario journaling. So I want to grab a sticker. I want to have this be like such a fun Christmas, but also like inspirational spread. So I'm going to take this journal right here. I think that's the perfect color for this. And we are going to I like it at a little, do I want an angle? Yeah, let's do it right there. This, we are going to write best case scenario journaling. That's going to be the first thing that we want to learn. This can always be something like a hard skill. It could also be more of a soft skill. Like maybe you want to start learning your attachment styles and you want to start your love language or things like that that you really want to focus diving deeper on a more internal level. That is another great opportunity for topics to learn. The other thing is going to be, let's start learning more about saving plans or saving / spending habits. And then this is going to help us recognize different ways to save and plan. Just an example. Then we're going to add in our inspirational words. And I found one earlier that I was like, we need this to be for our inspirational words box. And that is, your soul is beautiful. There was something about it today that it was just speaking to me. And I really wanted that to be our inspirational words. What is everyone's inspirational words for December? This is going to help keep you grounded, give you something to come back to as well. I loved the colors. I thought it was such a good message. And you are enough. Yes, you are, Angela. Yes, girl. I love that. And then as you guys keep sharing your inspirational words, I'm going to add in some stickers before I add in all of the plans and things like that. So we're going to add in I think the Merry Christmas sticker would be perfect for, of course, the Christmas box. I love these stickers. They're so cute. Like, look at this reindeer. Wait, I'm obsessed. I love the cute little animal stickers. I don't know. There's just something about it. Where do I want this one to go? Ooh, right in the notes. I don't think I have notes yet to write in December. Oh, no. I hate when I don't put it down smoothly. Just me things. Okay. I also want to add in, let's see, some Christmas trees. Wait, these are so cute. I love stickers. Oh, I have to get let's put it. Let's put it here. Amazing. And these are the variety stickers, which are number 6 in your carts as well. So if you guys want to get all the seasonal stickers, number 6 in your carts. Next, we're going to add the winter vibes to the first. No, we're going to do Hello Winter to Winter Begins, which is on the 21st. I love the stickers because then when you look at your monthly calendar, you get to instantly see the highlights or what's going to pop out at you. So for instance, Happy New Year. Look at this disco ball. Wait, I love this. Disco ball. We're going to do that on the line that comes in between these two. And then, because 2026 is going to be a good year, we're going to call that one out before adding in all of our plans. Let me go ahead and grab, I think we're going to start with I don't want it to be anything too crazy. Let me think for a second. We're going to do, I am fearless. Yes. We're going to go like this, actually. Yes, this is what we're going to do. I cannot believe it's going to be 2026, you guys. That's crazy. Then we're going to take that Sharpie pen 20, and we're going to go 2026. So that's crazy, you guys. I can't get over that. Now what we're going to do is let's go ahead and add in our plans for the month. So anything that you have determined is going to be in your schedule, there's really no changing it. It's something that you have to do. And for this, I'm going to stick to the Pilot G2 pen, and I'm going to write all of these in red because that gives you that sense of urgency. So every Monday we do our 11 a.m. plan with me. So that's where I'm going to start. And I like to use the abbreviation PWM. Okay. Then we also want to add in our reading sprints. So all of the time zones that I do are going to be in Eastern. So if you want to write them in your calendar, just adjust accordingly. These I'm also just going to do at the top because these are those lives that I 100% know. Oh my gosh, my bad. That's why whiteout is so helpful. Yes, book club the 18th. That'll be next. I'm so excited for that one. And when you're seeing the word reading, that is a part of our reading sprints. So 60-minute reading sprints. I could just write that in, actually. Plenty of space. Reading sprint. Okay. Next, of course, oh, I missed a day. Okay. Book club the 18th, absolutely. Let's see. I am going to do... I don't know if I have my book stickers left. I might have used them. Let's see. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to use the T. I feel like that's actually going to work for book club. Bye, Patty. Have an amazing day and happy Thanksgiving. Here, I'm going to take we're going to do this red one because I'm really excited about this. I love our book clubs. So we're just going to block off that right there. And then I'm going to get even more specific and write one more chapter book club, author spotlight. Then I'm going to get a green Pilot G2 pen and I'm going to write the book. And that is at 8 p.m. Eastern, which I should have written first, right? Right here. That works. Perfect. Starting fresh with your journal. That is always the best feeling. And then go ahead and add in any other plans that you have, whether it's where you're going to be for Christmas Eve or Christmas, if you have a work thing due, if you are taking some time off, whatever it might be. So for that, we're going to use I'm actually going to pull out that Pilot G2 pen once again. I put it away way too soon. And I'm going to be using this one today. So for this, we're going to do, let's see, okay. Then I think we are I'm not sure if we're going to have time, Shauna. I'll have to see about it. If not, we'll pick it right back up in January. I think we might take December off for the craft night and then pick it back up in January. Because everyone has so much going on in December, and I'm not sure we really can fit it in. Unfortunately, because I love our craft nights. You know we're going to be doing a vision board night. I have a lot that I have to finalize in terms of our setting up the Define Planner. So once I have that, I will be sharing it, you guys. I'll have that sooner rather than later. I'll write that under important tasks because that's a great point. So we will do a vision board classes with Caitlin. That can be an alternative to our craft night. So then what we'll do is, I don't know what else I have going on in December. Oh, I wanted to add in the birthdays. And then add Sandra Kelly. Okay. I don't know if guys, do I have any plans in December? Why do I feel like I don't? My December's pretty open at the moment, so that's actually kind of nice. Then I like to add in any people to contact or any places to visit. This is going to help you. So on those days when you're like, okay, I want to do something, but I don't know exactly what, that's where you can do either places to visit, see if there's someone you need to get in touch with. For this, I really want to go to this light show. And if I don't write it down, I won't remember. Then for people to contact, it could be a family member to finalize Christmas. Yes, the Christmas lights. Oh my gosh, I love Christmas lights so much. They're so pretty. In a botanical garden, that sounds amazing. Hey, Audrey. Let's see. Anyone I need to get in touch with? Okay. And the last thing we're going to do is really just add in some fun creative doodles. There's one in particular I wanted to draw, and that is going to be a little reindeer. Oh, do you go to a Christmas parade? That would be so fun. Yes, it could be the Christmas parade, maybe the Nutcracker. Then we're going to go like this. So this is going to go here. Ice skating. Oh my gosh, I love going ice skating. Wait, I have to write that down. Family gingerbread house. Yes, those are the best. Wait, I love this. Family gingerbread competitions are so fun. There's always a lot that comes up. I just kind of go with the flow with it all right now. I feel like I'm just focused on Thanksgiving. And then okay. Then we're just going to add in, I know this isn't perfect, but we're just going to have some fun with it. Ugly sweat. Oh my, that's what it was. Cookie decorating. Wait, this is, you guys are listing everything I do in December. I just don't have a set date for it yet. I love those types of things. They're so fun. That actually reminds me of a people to contact. Hey, Jazz. Perfect. And then I think I want to just add a blue ornament as well. But overall, that is how I like to set up my months, my trackers, and get us ready for what's to come in December. And it's a great way to make sure that we're ready. Yes, Andy. Wait, thank you for shouting that out. We are on Goodreads now. That is also in our TikTok profile. We'll always announce the book clubs there. The Grinch. I love the animated Grinch, to be honest. That is my vibe. There's something so cute about it. And then this goes right here. Just nothing too crazy. We're just going to do a little tree. It might be leaning a little bit. Also okay. And this is how I set up my planner for the month. You have animal books or yes. Oh my gosh, we always did that. I love those types of traditions. They're the best. And you never forget them. Now, I want to make sure if there's any questions, anything you guys want to go over before our live wraps up, that you get the opportunity to do so. If there's anything you would like me to show you, let me know. Private packs. I'm so excited to hear that. You guys always make sure too that you go ahead, leave your reviews on our shop. It always helps us. Yes, absolutely. How are you? I don't usually do too many doodles on my monthly. I keep it more simple. The reason being yes, Rebecca, let me help you. The reason I do this is really because I think the month is a great place for the overviews. So I like to leave enough space for what's to come because I do have a lot of unknowns at the moment with December. And so if I add in too many doodles, I don't want to limit myself, and I can always add as the month progresses. Let me go ahead and show you those different color options, Rebecca. Let's make this easier for you. Let me just go ahead and grab those.